Well, it looks like something is finally happening. Thanks to Nightmare 10 over at the Power Scoop this past Tuesday, we have our name for the 30th season of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So guys, you know what this means. Q Rangers confirmed! Yes! Finally, we're gonna get Q Ranger as Power Rangers. That's what this has to mean. I don't think we're gonna get Q Ranger. I still don't think there's gonna be any Sentai adaptation. But we have a lot of interesting Season 30 stuff to talk about. Not only the name of Cosmic Fury, which is big news, but also we had some interesting news about the morph sequence as well. That ended up getting deleted after kind of officially posted on the same day as this. So this past Tuesday was just kind of nuts for Season 30 news. So let's go and talk about Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So being a Power Rangers fan the last couple of months has certainly been interesting. As a fandom, we are all clamoring for any kind of breadcrumbs of information for Season 30, for the 2023 season, for anything in the future, and these are some pretty big breadcrumbs for us to get this week. Which is also interesting because just this past Monday, I uploaded a video speculating in a Toku Theory episode that Dino Fury could potentially be getting a third year of the toy line because of some listings for the Gold Rangers Morpher actually getting a toy. Now, I still kind of think that the information that we have found here can kind of support that. It's very uncertain right now exactly what is happening, because the thing is, we know something is happening, we just don't know what. Usually by this point in time, in terms of like a year before a season, or like every other year because of the 2-year season cycle, we would have information on the name of the season. We would know that they were going to start revealing the cast probably around August at Power Morphicon, which is not going to happen this year. I'm almost 100% certain of that, and I'll get to that in a second. But also, we also for sure know what Sentai we were using. And this year, we don't really know any of that whatsoever. It's been heavily reported on for numerous different times by the Illuminati that we are not going to be really getting any more Sentai adaptations going forward, and I still think that is true. I mean, obviously some plans have changed because of the pandemic and everything. I don't even think there was originally supposed to be a Season 30 in 2023 because that was kind of when they were trying to get the Jonathan Entwistle projects off the ground. Now, we also had news last week, which I talked about the new showrunner, which is going to be kind of more for the Jonathan Entwistle projects, not necessarily for Season 30, because we know that there's basically the reboot, and there's kind of one more season coming next year on Netflix that will sort of kind of be, well, it will definitely be a 30th anniversary season, but also sort of be kind of a finale to the Power Rangers show as it is right now for the last 30 years, kind of like a bookend to the current universe, which I'm not looking forward to that ending, but I'm looking forward to it getting an ending, if that makes any sense. So, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. We can go ahead and start with the name, which is interesting here because I think that the Fury part could potentially mean that this is connected to Dino Fury, because I don't think that Dino Fury is not going to be a kind of big focus of next year. Like I talked about in the video on Monday, theorizing about a third year of the toys, I could easily see, because we know that they're going to be in New Zealand filming a brand new season of Power Rangers, probably Cosmic Fury, in like a month or so, but we also know that they're not going to be there as long as they typically would. We know they're only going to be there for about 5 to 6 weeks, which is only enough time for them to film about 12-ish episodes of Power Rangers, somewhere around that ballpark. So we know we're getting a shorter season, and I think it's possible, especially with some other leaks and some rumors that have been going around by some reputable sources, some not so reputable sources, that it seems like Season 30 is going to kind of be an original footage heavy season for sure, that would kind of focus on like the next sort of iteration of Mighty Morphin, but also kind of bring back past cast members and everything. Basically, I could easily see, especially with like Lord Zed in Dino Fury and everything like that, Dino Fury ending in kind of a build-up to a Season 30 kind of conclusion season, basically. And so this could potentially be sort of our way of continuing Dino Fury into the end by just changing the name a little bit. I think it's sort of kind of comparable to like Alien Rangers at the end of Mighty Morphin. It's actually, I think, a pretty good comparison for what I'm expecting out of this. I think everybody's, of course, out there speculating that this is going to be a Kira Major adaptation, or this is going to be a Zyuohger adaptation, or because of the name, it's going to be Q Ranger. And as much as I would like it to be all of those, or any of those, I don't think it will be. I think it will literally just be original footage of potentially more Dino Fury stuff with past Rangers, with Mighty Morphin stuff, rather than like a full-on Sentai adaptation. I could be wrong. It's just that's kind of the direction I feel makes more sense when you sort of look at what rumors are out there, what leaks are out there, what toy listings are out there. Because basically you got to kind of look at the things of like what is not fake or potentially made up, and what is potentially made up or fake. Illuminati stuff I still think is definitely reputable, and like I said before, I have a huge bias for the site because I do write articles for them. But their sources, especially on show stuff like this, is usually pretty good. So I definitely do believe about David Yost coming back as the Blue Ranger. I definitely believe the connections to Mighty Morphin. I definitely believe this whole 30th anniversary season thing being planned for Netflix. And that's what we've been talking about over here with the Illuminati. Meanwhile, over here, we have the leaked name of Cosmic Fury, which comes from an actual, like, casting site or kind of a resume site. I'm not going to list what it is because I don't want it to get taken down or somebody get in trouble, but that's where it comes from. And also in that category, we also have the toy listings, which are also not fake. Those are something you can find on Amazon right now, kind of, if I posted the link for it. But yeah, basically, like, it's just really interesting to figure out what is happening. I just want Hasbro to say something officially about this season at all. Drop us a logo or just a picture or something. I would love to see it. Now, of course, another thing that is not in the possible fakeness is something that happened the same day as the Cosmic Fury title, and that was a actual Instagram and Twitter post that was only up for a brief amount of time from Alpha Stunts. And if you don't know who they are the stunt team that's kind of been working at Power Rangers like ever since the beginning. They posted on their Instagram these pictures of them sketching the new morph sequence for season 30. Which was kind of big news. You really couldn't see anything out of the sketch like super definitively. It just looked like some character, becoming a Power Ranger. Pretty standard stuff. It didn't look like they were drawing a particular Sentai or anything like that. But what was really weird about that is not only that they posted it in the first place, because Hasbro has been so quiet about anything for 2023, but then it got pulled. Like, it got deleted on Instagram and on Twitter. So clearly, I'm assuming somebody was like, take that down. And it's just kind of funny that, like, right only a couple hours after that, we found out the name. So we do know, especially from also the Instagram post, because they confirmed that they are going to be, getting ready to shoot within the next month or so. They're just working on pre-production stuff. So, like, clearly things are gearing up. We just don't exactly know what they're gearing up for. So essentially, I think the moral of the story for all of this, just kind of temper our expectations. I would not go into this expecting it to be a Kyuranger adaptation or a Kyuramager adaptation or a Zyuohger or any of the Sentai we haven't used. It could be. It definitely could be. But it also could potentially just pull elements from those. Maybe we pull certain suits or certain monsters from those or something like that. We've done that kind of thing in the past. We've used some Toku elements in certain seasons before. So, like, it's definitely not impossible that we could pull from those seasons without fully adapting them. But I also think we're just in such an interesting time to be a Power Rangers fan, because this is, like, the most uncertain we've ever been about a season in recent memory. This is the most uncertain I've ever experienced. I mean, I was around starting with the Samurai era, so I remember every time we got, like, Mega Force announced and Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers was the last, like, crazy one, since, it was, like, going back to a Sentai we had skipped, and it was, like, right around the time of the Hasbro takeover of the brand, so that was an insane time. But then Dino Fury's announcement was kind of weird. It was the first Hasbro one. They announced the season name and logo a little bit later than we would have in the Saban Brands era, but we knew as early as February 2020, that we were getting season 28 in 2021, and right now we're, nearly halfway through 2022, and we have not been told a single official piece of information from Hasbro themselves. The stunt team posting that morph sequence is like our biggest confirmation of us actually getting any Power Rangers content in 2023, because we've been hearing even less, well, not less, but we've been hearing very small amounts from the Jonathan Entwistle projects, but even just less about season 30. So I really hope that we get announcements soon. I'm not expecting anything to really happen at Power Morphicon, unfortunately, just because I don't know how involved Hasbro is with that convention this time around. I think they were only really attached to 2018 because it was already planned with Saban Brands and stuff before Hasbro took over, so they just kind of piggybacked onto it. I don't think Hasbro's even listed as one of, like, the sponsors or anything anymore on Power Morphicon, and they did not give them an exclusive. Super 7 is the one doing the exclusive toys for Power Morphicon with some of the Megazord reaction figures. So basically, everybody's expecting, just wait till Morphicon, we'll get more, Lightning Collection announcements, we'll get the cast, we'll get Cosmic Fury reveal. I don't think we will. I mean, I hope I'm wrong about that. I just don't think we will. So basically, we got to expect to not get announcements then. We got to expect Hasbro to do it however Hasbro's going to do it. And you have to also expect that the fandom's probably going to figure out about 90% of it before Hasbro can tell us any of it. Because that's just kind of what we do. So, but basically, that's kind of everything we have to talk about. The name, the morph sequence drawings, all the stuff going on. Who knows what will be found next, or if Hasbro will say anything or whatever, but I would love to hear you guys' thoughts about all this down in the comments below. What do you think of the name Cosmic Fury? What do you think? Do you think there could be connections to Dino Fury as sort of a continuation, kind of a bookend thing? Do you think that this is a Sentai adaptation, and if it is, which one do you want? Anything you want to talk about down in the comments below, I'd love to read it. And of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LNFPR, and I'll see you all next time.